Right, now we're going to take the back facing and right sides together, put it down on the back of the apron, encasing the straps again. Right, now we're ready to machine it. This is exactly the same as we did on the front, excepting you haven't got those troublesome darts. So away we go. We clip the corners and snip the curves of the armhole exactly as we did on the front. Unpin the straps and that's the back. Now we can turn the whole dress. Now we've got a front and a back to our dress. It's starting to look like a dress. I'll just press that back bit. Right, now we're going to attach the belt ends. You want to not have the end that's sewn across, you need the raw end. And this is the right side of the belt. So you want to put that against the front of the dress. And you'll see on the side seam there's some little notches marking where it goes for your size. We're making the size 16, so it's the biggest notch on the outside. Be careful with the other end of the belt loop. Don't let it go across to the other side seam. Just fold it and put it out of the way. Now take the other belt piece, right sides together, position it by the notch in the side seam and pin it. Get rid of the loose end again. Now we're going to do the side seams. So right sides together, we fold the back over the front. We're going to sew both the facings and the side seams together. Very carefully match the seam of the front and the back armhole together. That's more important than the end of the facings. We're going to pin all the way down the side seam, facings and main body, and then we're going to sew with a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance. Right, here comes the last pin, and we're now going to machine both side seams, being careful not to sew our belts in where we don't want them.
Is it easily done?
When we sew this, it's a good idea to push the facing, the seam allowance of the facing downwards as you go.
I don't know what any of those things mean.
Doesn't matter. One more seam to do, and a little bit of top stitching, and then we'll be finished. Right.
Yep.
Right, now we're going to press the seam open and turn it right sides out and hope that everything's okay. Starts getting really exciting now. Get it further. Right, now we'll press the seam open. And press across the facing as well. Right, now we're getting near the finishing touches. We're going to top stitch round the edge, round the whole. We can turn it the right side out first, that's the exciting bit. And we're going to top stitch right the way round the neckline.
Yep.
I'm going to take the table off my sewing machine to make it easier. It's well worth going slowly and carefully because this is quite an important detail that really shows on the front of the dress. Right, and we've finished that job. Right, all finished, which is great. And now we've only got the hem to do. At this stage you could try it on and you could decide the exact length you wanted. I'm just going to sew it up so we don't see any of the lines, so I'm going to sew it to the shortest length, which means turning up 1.5 centimeters twice. So we'll iron that first and then we'll top stitch it by machine. This is the last bit of sewing for the dress. It's very nearly finished. And then we've just got the little bag, the little purse to make. That's finished, that's wonderful. Trim off some ends and neaten it all up. Right, there we are, one finished apron dress. And it's really surprising how when you start sewing, it's a bit like riding a bicycle or cooking. You learn so much on the job and you become confident and your eye gets in and it all suddenly becomes easy, but you just need a little bit of practice. It's a really lovely dress and you can be really proud because you've made it yourself and you're going to really enjoy wearing it.